All right, so as you can see, we are still figuring out some of the technical difficulties of our show.
But welcome back.
Yes, welcome back. We are live for real this time.
And we're going to stay that way.
We're going to stay that way until 1 o'clock.
Amazing. So what you missed is, actually, we had great conversation about the future of technology and where the world's going. I'm sorry you missed out on all of that, but we'll get back to that on another episode. And just amazing tech talk.
Yeah, so I guess we should probably catch up all the things that have happened since we went off the air. So obviously we did Tech Talk, the radio show on KSLR.
AM 630.
Yeah.
Still paying on that, by the way.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to lead this thing, man.
So what have you been up to? So we talked earlier. If you missed out, it's been about 2 years.
Yeah.
Since we had to start this whole live show over. It's been 2 years since we did this. And
life's got busy.
Right. And what I said was one of the reasons we broke up was someone was trying to have a child.
Yeah, so had a baby January 23rd, so she'll be 3 months old here in 2 days.
Baby girl.
Baby girl.
In case you didn't catch that.
We are loving every minute of it, as you can tell from the bags under my eyes.
It's all right. They'll just get darker as time goes on.
Darker and more sunken.
There you go.
Perfect.
So you and your lovely wife have a baby at home, so you're just going through that change.
Yeah.
I still have 3 kids. Not having any more. So
ever. It's impossible.
No. I guess biological is possible.
Oh, yeah, sure. Just not going to happen.
No. Everything that we have in place hopefully will prevent that.
Good to know.
So we hope.
Good to know.
But we are still living in Cibolo.
Yeah.
You're still in San Antonio.
Still right down the road. We're actually filming in the place that I work.
Yes, CBC Studios is what we'll call it.
Yeah.
Can we say it? Do they know that we're using the facility?
Nobody knows, really.
Oh, okay. Well, then
I've told one person.
Well, then most of you probably know what CBC stands for, if you're watching. If not, we'll reveal it at a later time. Once we have permission to do so.
Yeah. Awkward.
But we love being back.
Yeah, it's great.
It's been I could barely sleep last night just being excited about getting back on the air.
I could barely sleep last night trying to figure out how to make all this stuff work.
Yeah, I kind of left it in your hands.
And obviously it took me an extra 30 minutes today.
Well,
to get it working.
And I will tell you, I helped every little bit. As he was working on it, I did have some sad news that Prince passed away.
Yeah.
I did share that with him. So I was looking at Twitter, trying to keep him up to date with news.
Bringing us down.
Exactly.
Speaking of Twitter, we are both on Twitter, as well as our show is on Twitter. I don't think any of us know our show handle yet. We'll figure that out later. But Jeremiah is on Twitter as
@MayaCamp.
And I am on Twitter as @CrogAlien.
So, and that's Twitter, Instagram.
Yep, Facebook. I'm CrogAlien everywhere. You can search for CrogAlien across the internet, and I'm the only person that shows up.
I should be MayaCamp everywhere. I've had that for a very long time.
Yeah.
I don't know. In some websites, somebody may have stole it, but not very many.
I make sure I join a website, even if I'm not going to use the service, just so I can claim
just so you can have
my
that.
ID.
That's very unique. Although I'm not on Snapchat yet. I know you are.
Speaking of Snapchat, I feel so tech savvy. So Brian and I, who I work with, today we both figured out how to use filters on Snapchat.
Oh, you just figured that out?
We just figured it out.
My kids figured that out the moment they had it.
Yeah, I didn't know you had to hold the button, hold the screen down.
So did you make like rainbows come out of your mouth or anything like that?
No.
Ooh, the face swap is what y'all did probably, huh?
No, we didn't. I think he tried the face swap. I didn't try the face swap. I just was disgusted by all the different filters they had on my face, and I was like, I'm putting this down. I've got better things to do.
If you go to my Facebook page, you'll see the most coolest face swap ever. Did you see it? It was my wife and my cat.
Oh, I did see that. That's creepy.
That was very creepy when she did it. We love animals, and sometimes we love them a little too much. And in fact, I probably would have been here a little bit sooner, but I was hopefully going to get here early so we could work these kinks out before we went live. Obviously, I wasn't.
Did not happen.
But when I went home to grab my things, I was sitting at my desk and my cat jumped in my lap. I couldn't pass that up. I don't have kids I don't have babies anymore, so I got to pet my cat.
Yeah.
You know, poor thing.
Got to do what you got to do.
I do. So I had to take care of him. But that pretty much catches you up on what I haven't been up to much since we were last on the air. So.
Yeah. So obviously, if you saw the other shows, and not a whole lot of people saw the other shows. I think the max was like 17 people at one time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm pretty impressed with that.
Not too bad.
What are we up to now?
We're at 2 right now.
Score.
We haven't told anybody about it.
You may not be watching this live, but hopefully you're watching this on our YouTube channel or on Facebook because we'll post it everywhere.
Everywhere.
Well, maybe not the first show.
Maybe, yeah, probably not the show.
We'll see.
It's not too bad right now.
Now that we got it going.
Now
that
out
my tech-savvy friend here was able to
stream it.
Yeah.
So you'll notice I don't have Google Glass on anymore. Google discontinued their beta program, so hence I discontinued wearing it on my face.
But you could people still use it, no?
Yeah, you can still use it, but the battery's terrible and blah, 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 blah. Whatever, it's gone. They're working on new stuff. They're releasing a enterprise version of it with extended battery, all that jazz.
See, they should. Because one thing that I do, one of my side jobs, is a home inspector. I think that would be magnificent to be able to wear technology to do my job.
Yeah.
That would be so much easier than having to pull out. I'd like to be like
everywhere.
A cyborg.
It really was kind of awesome to always have things easily available. I never had to use my hands if I didn't want to.
That's crazy.
To receive notifications, to take photos and videos, and call people.
Now it would be cool to do like Facebook Live with Google Glass. That would have been kind of cool.
We did do. If you go back to our very first video on our YouTube page, you'll see that it was filmed with Google Glass from my perspective on our way up to the studio.
That's right.
It's like an 8 or 9 minute video. I went back through our stuff last night, and I was like,
You just want to make sure we didn't repeat anything,
interesting.
right?
But so that's not happening anymore. And I might have, and I think I told you this. I don't know if I did the other day. I pre-ordered, or not pre-ordered. It's not really a pre-order. I registered. I don't know what they call it. I forgot.
Okay.
Tesla is selling their Model 3.
Uh-huh.
And they allowed you to
You're getting a car?
put $1,000 down to buy a Tesla Model 3, which doesn't come out till like 2017.
You're buying it for the show, though.
Yeah, it's a tax write-off.
That's right.
Although we have no sort of incorporation or anything, so I don't know how that works.
Well, maybe we ought to just so you can write this off. We ought to do that.
We should.
Then we can put, because we are geeking out ninjas now, in case you missed that part of the show.
Sure.
We can put that on the Tesla car, right?
I don't know.
We'll get a wrap.
I don't know.
You don't want that on a cool, brand new Tesla? You're driving around San Antonio, geeking out ninja.
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
Well, maybe we should contact Tesla and see if they want to sponsor the show.
Yeah, we should.
That's
Tesla.
We're so good at that. That's why our other show
that's why
stopped after 6 months.
That's why Jeremiah's still paying for the other show.
But that's an idea. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your story.
No, yeah.
Getting excited that you're buying a car.
Yeah, I'm geeking out all things Tesla.
So what is Tesla?
Tesla
I know they make cars.
They're an electric car company.
100% electric.
They only make electric vehicles. They started out with the, I think it was the Turbo, the Tesla Turbo.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It was like a really expensive sports car. Then they moved on to the Model S, which I'm sure a lot of people have seen around. You're going to the wrong page. And that was out for a while, and then they released the Model X. I think they started selling them last year. The Model X is like their SUV. It's super expensive.
Well, their stock is super expensive, by the way.
It starts out at, I think, like $70,000.
The car?
The Model X.
Oh, okay.
Not the car I'm getting.
So
I can't get into that.
Okay.
So Elon Musk, who is the CEO of Tesla, has been teasing the Model 3 for the longest time. And it was always supposed to be, the affordable Tesla vehicle. And so we finally got a glimpse of it.
Uh-huh.
I think it was like a month ago now. It's a $35,000 vehicle. Starts at $35,000.
That's not bad.
There's a $7,500 rebate, and it's complicated on how all that goes down. But there's $7,500 rebate from the government when you buy an electric vehicle.
Okay.
So that brings it down a little bit more from the $35,000. So I was super excited to get it. By the time it comes out, I'll be ready for a new car. I've already paid off my car, so I'm kind of.
So it's 2017.
2017 at the earliest.
Is there a Tesla dealer in town, or would you have to go and pick it up, or do they deliver it?
So they sell directly to consumers. They don't actually sell
To dealership.
through a dealership, which is a whole other story. I know way too much about Tesla.
For another episode.
I could have like a whole Tesla episode just explaining the goings on.
Well, we'll do that when you get the car.
Yeah, there you go. They don't currently have a service center in San Antonio, but by the time my vehicle arrives, they will.
Okay.
So I think they're currently building one, like downtownish area.
Okay. Okay. So it's 100% electric.
100% electric.
No gas.
No gasoline.
So you
no
charge it
oil.
at night?
No oil. You don't have to get regular tune-ups.
Really?
Yeah, so you're saving that money too.
Wow.
Yeah. So electric vehicles, I mean, they're not using a combustion engine.
Now, your electric bill is going to go up.
Not very much.
Is it solar? Will it have solar panels on it to help charge it?
No solar panels. Save that for someone else's nerdy car.
Like size D batteries?
Yeah, just giant, just like 90 size
giant
Ds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just put them in the car? Okay.
Exactly.
Well, that'll be exciting to look at in a year
Or so.
or so. 2017.
Hopefully no later than the beginning of 2018.
Now, will you get that money back if the car never happens?
So I can get the $1,000 back at any time.
Oh, you can? Well, that's cool.
Yeah. So I told my wife, just think of it as like a savings account that we can't really do
Yeah.
anything with. So
Exactly.
if nothing else, that $1,000.
And it doesn't gain any interest.
It doesn't gain.
It just sits somewhere underneath the mattress.
That's right. It's like it's a mattress savings account.
Just like when Jesus told the story of the talents and
Uh-huh.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. So there you go.
I've got a lot of other money going to other things. Jesus.
All right. So what we like to do is bring up some tech news that's going on, let you know what's going on out in the tech world. And actually, we do have one story to hit today
We do. Only one.
because we were expecting to catch everybody up on our going-ons
True.
and get our technical difficulties out of the way, which apparently we did.
It's a soft launch video.
Exactly.
Yes, this I am super excited about. And I think you should be too if you have cable.
Yes.
Cable TV.
For now.
For now.
Yes. For now.
What do you mean for now?
I'm working on getting rid of cable.
Oh, I already got rid of cable.
Yeah. I'm happy for you. I'm very happy for you. It's a process at my house.
Yeah, it was a process for us too.
Was it really?
It took a lot of convincing.
Yes.
And we can talk about my setup maybe the next episode.
That'd be great because I'm still working on a setup that works.
Cool.
Because we'll talk a little bit about that. Okay, so back to your cable story here.
Yeah, so the FCC has essentially set down the law on the cable industry, and that includes like AT&T Uverse, Verizon Fios, Time Warner Cable, Comcast, any of these giant cable companies. They're now putting a new standard in place that will be mandatory for all of the cable industry players to abide by. So what they have to do is they have to allow you to use your own cable box.
Okay.
So the cool thing about that is essentially it's kind of like the way the cell phones work now. You can buy any kind of cell phone you want to and still get cellular internet.
Okay.
So it's going to work almost the exact same way. So say Google could make a... My phone is going off because I said Google.
Oh.
It's trying to listen to what I'm saying.
Okay, Google. So now it's talking to him.
And now, yeah, sorry. Google has interrupted me.
My
So-
iPhone doesn't interrupt me, just by the way.
It's true. So Apple could make a cable TV box. Amazon could make one. Roku, any of these manufacturers, anybody could make one. it could be built into your TV, which would be kind of awesome to
Right.
not have any box whatsoever. And then you would just plug in your cable from your cable provider, and you would get all of the channels
That you currently
want,
pay for.
and you don't have to pay a box lease fee. So I don't know if you're like me. I have like 3 TVs in my house.
Right.
Every single one needed a box. With DirecTV, that was like another $8 per month. So it was like my actual cable bill versus the rental fees was exactly the same.
Right.
It was like $40 for the rental fee and $40 for the actual cable service, which was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly.
So the idea is give the consumer more choice, make it more affordable for everybody, and just make cable boxes better.
Well, yeah, because what I want to see eventually though is a cafeteria style cable.
It'll never happen.
It needs to happen. I don't watch
Yeah.
80% of those channels.
The problem with that is that the companies that make those channels bundle them all together,
Right.
so the cable company can't break them out.
Right. If we want ESPN1, we got to get whatever other stupid channel.
All 12 ESPNs.
Yes, that
ESPN Ocho.
exactly. And they don't show the cool stuff anymore, like the
No.
Strongest Man contest.
Did you know they're going to start showing oh my gosh. I just blanked on what it's called.
On live television. Oh, I'm sorry, live internet.
Live internet.
We're not really on TV yet.
Maybe eventually. Unless somebody's watching at home, they could.
There you go.
They could watch it on their TV. The quadcopters. They're going to do quadcopter racing on ESPN.
Really? Oh, I think I saw that article.
Yeah. So
Well,
it's all going to be like first person view.
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll see.
So, I mean, that's kind of exciting, but I really want to get away from my cable. One thing I'll go ahead and talk about it. I tried Sling TV, which is $20 a month.
Yeah.
It's live TV.
Yeah.
I don't ever watch live TV right now.
Exactly. But yes, I tried Sling
I didn't-
TV for like a couple of weeks, and I was like, no, this is just going backwards.
Yeah, I actually just did the 7-day trial,
Yeah.
and I watched it the first day when I was going through what channels I had. No, none of us wanted to watch it because it was live.
The channel selection is poor.
Right.
And you can't DVR anything, which is how most people watch things now anyways.
Exactly. So I don't sit looking for something to watch anymore, because if I don't have anything on my DVR, then I go to Netflix or Amazon and watch something there.
Or I watch a movie, or I go do something else.
Right. Well, and to be honest, at this point, I'm getting away from television anyways. As far as having 3 kids, we're always going to this and that, and we're so busy that TV is really kind of the last thing we do at the end of the night, which is even maybe an hour.
Yeah,
That's
that's the way it's getting with us too.
And which I don't enjoy sitting and watching TV anymore.
I fall asleep so often.
Yeah, it's
hard.
It's difficult and it's boring at some point. I'll be honest. I've even gotten away from watching sports.
Yeah.
I used to watch football games.
Yeah.
And it's not something I want to do anymore.
They take too much time.
Yes.
Yeah. Time is the most precious thing we have, and to sit there for 3 hours and watch a sporting event where I can't control anything, I have no say over what's happening. Sometimes even the team you like is not playing,
Right.
and it's just on TV. It's like,
Exactly.
why am I wasting money so I can have a fantasy team somewhere?
Well, and I still do, but I would rather I
but
just
you
let
can-
him play. I don't have to watch the game.
Yeah, you can follow that. You can just go to Yahoo Sports, or
Yeah.
although Yahoo's getting sold.
I saw that this morning as well.
Awkward.
Yeah. Sorry, Yahoo. But anyways,
Yeah, that was a little bit of a tangent from the article. So back to the article. So you may be familiar with Tivo.
yes, I
So-
love TiVo.
Yeah, TiVo's great. I used to use TiVo. The fact that they charge you $15 a month on top of your cable fee,
Right.
kind of makes it unattractive for
But-
a lot of people.
Yeah, but when you have DirecTV or Uverse or whatever, you're still paying. Initially, you're paying that fee when you have their box. You're paying an additional DVR fee.
Exactly.
Anyways.
so with to that point, normally that's like $8 or whatever. The Tivo box is, double that.
Right.
Normally it's like 15 to start, unless you have multiple boxes, then it can sometimes go down. And Tivo would also let you receive over-the-air channels and DVR them as well.
Right.
Or TiVo them, as became standard for the longest time, because TiVo was like the standard bearer for
DVR,
recording things. Yeah. So this kind of gets back to that open market, to where anybody can come in and take over and be the dominant force in a sea of entrenched players.
Yeah.
Like those like the cable providers, because nobody's gonna lay the infrastructure necessary to provide cable service to you.
Right.
It's not going to happen. So the FCC stepped in and is like, you know what? In the best interest of the consumer, we're going to go ahead and give you this option, because we know there's no one going to come in and take on Comcast.
Right.
I mean, the only person
The
only person that's doing it right now is the only company that's doing it right now is Google.
Yeah.
They're the only player in the game that's coming in, and they're taking on the huge titans throughout the country. There are smaller internet and cable providers in cities here and there throughout the country, but it's just impossible.
Those are bad.
Some of them are, not all of them, and
GVTC. Sorry.
well, they're trying to do citywide.
That slipped.
Well, Texas-wide, part of Texas.
I don't want to bash. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just bashing a company that I had an experience with that was not very. And I will say though, as far as set-top boxes go, I think Scientific Atlantic is one of the worst.
And they make all of them.
And they do. And it's a bad format, and the interaction. And it's one of the reasons why I didn't like Time Warner Cable, because I had to have that particular box, and I just did not agree with that.
The interface is awful. Yeah, that's one of the reasons we got rid of Time Warner a long time ago. When I lived with my parents, I kind of forced them to switch to DirecTV.
Right.
And DirecTV was like a breath of fresh air at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that you could have your favorite channels instead of seeing every single channel. That makes TV so much nicer if you're scrolling through things and you're only seeing the channels you care about. Unlike Uverse, where it's like you can see all 1,000 channels we have. And
what'll be interesting
God help
too,
you.
that I think is when this happens, the open source boxes, the ones that someone can go and program themselves and play with these things. That'll be interesting.
Well, I think that's what the cable companies are afraid of, though, is the open source boxes that then can record the things that they're sending out.
But why? Why would that matter?
Because they don't want people to then record programs and then put them on the internet for other people to download.
People are doing it anyway.
People are doing it anyways.
You've got to figure out how to make that work.
Yeah.
Really, because it's happening. And they can't stop it.
No, and I mean the protocol or the format that they're going to be using to make all of this happen is supposedly encrypted, which means it's supposed to be secure and it's not supposed to be able to be stolen very easily. Everything's always broken into eventually.
Right. I mean, that's just the world that we live in at this point.
Yeah.
But I think you've got to figure out how to incorporate that into that situation.
They need to get with the program, figure out how to integrate everything, and just make their product better.
Right.
If they make their product better, there's no reason for anybody to leave for these other products.
Well, now, though, what this opens up the door to, though, is for us having to now eventually have to buy boxes for our parents and then set them up.
Yeah.
That's going to... Because now the cable guy can't just come in, plug it in, and say, here you go. Someone has to come in and show... Well, I had to show them anyways, but... I will say this.
Never fails.
My father-in-law finally has a DVR.
I heard that was a big issue when you lived with him for a little bit.
Huge, because we stayed with him for a few months. He was paying $100 a month for basic cable.
No high definition.
No high. Well, and he still doesn't have. Well, he didn't have a television that could take high def. He still had a box tube.
CRT.
Television.
Tube TV.
Tube TV. So he got a DVR. Great. Loved it. And I won't say that I went in and sabotaged it, but his tube television broke a couple of weeks after he got AT&T. Maybe it was AT&T's signal that just broke the TV. I don't know. So he does have a high-def TV now.
He just doesn't have high def.
Doesn't have high-def channels. He does not want to pay for them. Which, okay. Whatever. Yeah, we got him on the DVR, which he loves now.
Yeah.
He was, up until, a few months ago, it was all VCR. He would have to go and find a VCR tape to record certain shows.
Oh, man, I remember those days.
Yes. And so now he has a DVR. And his favorite channel? Hallmark Movie Channel. I kid you not. And he records all his movies and watches them.
I think that's like my father-in-law. He loves the Hallmark Movie Channel. I'm like, what's up with these men loving the Hallmark Movie Channel?
I don't get it. Am I missing out on something?
I think so.
I don't know. Because I did watch a lot of these movies. And maybe it comes with age. I don't know.
Maybe the older you get, the softer you are. They just speak to you. These romantic love stories.
Oh, yes.
Of love gone by.
Well, that's just sad for my wife. I've had my lifetime full of these movies, so now, I'm sorry, honey, we are not going to watch romantic comedies anymore. It's just you have to watch them by yourself.
It's just not going to happen.
No, she can watch. She can put them on her phone and watch them. I don't care. She has a phone.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, she can watch them by herself.
Well,
it's almost
about that time.
It's almost time to go.
It is. We hope that you've enjoyed this Geeking Out Ninjas with Krog Alien and Maya Camp. Yeah! We enjoyed it. That was awkward. I didn't know how to respond to his ninja-like moves there.
I'm trying to figure out.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out how to stop the stream.
Right. So he's got to work on that. So, some things that are going to be coming in the future for our 2 viewers that are there now. Thank you for showing up. Our website.
Hi, honey.
Yeah, at least your wife is watching. My wife is working so that I could be here. We need a website.
Yeah.
We need to get this a little bit smoother. I guess I could probably help on that. And we need to get this link and we need to pass it around. So even though you may not be watching this live, we hope that you watch it at some point and you enjoy it and you post it on Facebook, you post it on Twitter. We're going to be on Instagram. We're going to be everywhere too. And a couple of weeks we'll have our grand opening party.
Yeah.
And make it a little lively. We're trying to get things to work here and maybe have cue cards or something. Maybe have a production crew. No, maybe not.
That sounds expensive.
It does.
We have a $0 budget.
Well, if you're looking for a summer internship, Geeking Out Ninjas is here for you.
We've got one for you.
All right, well.
Maybe you can figure out how to stop the stream.
That's right. I'm going to keep talking until he figures out how to stop it. At that point, we'll say our goodbyes. And like I said, it's going to be every Thursday at lunchtime. So whether you're having a burger, a salad, a sandwich, a beer, a Coke, or water, or a protein shake, enjoy that meal or meal replacement with us, Krog Alien, Maya Camp. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. He's on Snapchat, I'll be on Snapchat. Geeking Out will be in all these places.
Well, don't look for me on Snapchat. I may uninstall.
He's on it.
I may uninstall Snapchat again.
Don't look for stories from him. That's what they're called, stories.
Don't really look
timelines.
for anything. Yeah. You may be sadly disappointed.
So I hope that you enjoy this webisode.
I can't figure this out.
And as future episodes come into play, we're going to be talking about all kinds of tech things, all types of geek things. On our previous version of this, we were kind of strapped into only tech talk.
Yeah,
I feel. And so, we're going to expand a little bit to include we love movies.
We do. He loves Doctor Who.
I am a Doctor Who fan, which is on hiatus now until 2017.
Gosh, what is up with that?
Although you know what is filming? I'm also
there's a spin-off, right?
Is there?
Yeah.
I heard that. But,
oh, sorry. Didn't mean to
Sherlock is currently filming their 4th season.
It's about time.
I love that. Do you like that show?
I do love Sherlock.
Sherlock is some good British television.
Good television.
And it'll be back on the air shortly. Looking forward to that. But, which is on hiatus now until 2017. That's part of our episode. You heard it here twice. You can't get that anywhere else but Geeking Out Ninjas. Oh, so are we still live?
Yes.
So,
I'm just gonna stop the stream because I don't know how to stop the
Okay.
video on YouTube.
well, that's what we're gonna have to do. That's probably how you do it.
No, there's
Is there a real way to do it?
I think so.
Okay. Anyway, so we'll figure that out by next week. But thanks for joining us here on Geeking Out. This is Maya Camp.